Is that a B or a D? Does that say was or saw? Facebook and YouTube viewers, today I'm going to be talking to you about dyslexia. First, I'll tell you what dyslexia is, what it means to have dyslexia, the strengths of a dyslexic, and famous people with dyslexia. The word dyslexia comes from the Greek word dys, meaning difficulty, and the Latin word lexia, meaning with words. Dyslexia is neurobiological, meaning that dyslexic brains are wired differently than others. It takes dyslexic people 5 times the brain power to decode words as it does for other people. Dyslexia is very common. About 1 in 5 or 20% of people have it. They can also have varying degrees of dyslexia. Some people may have a severe case, while some people may have a more mild case. Dyslexia is also hereditary, meaning it runs in families. Ontario schools have a different name for dyslexia. They call it a specific learning disability. But I think dyslexia is a much better name. Many people think that having dyslexia causes letters to be seen backwards, but really, it's so much more than that. People with dyslexia have a lot of trouble learning to read and write. They don't learn the way most of us do. They have a lot of difficulty learning to decode or sound out words, recognize and remember common words, and they have a lot of trouble spelling, which makes writing very difficult too. When reading, they might skip words, reverse the order of letters, skip letters in words, or insert letters that aren't there. They might mix up similar sounding words like saying Pacific instead of specific. They might have difficulty remembering sequences, like phone numbers, the alphabet, a set of instructions, or even telling left from right. They also might have trouble staying focused, finishing things on time, and keeping their belongings organized. In fact, about half of dyslexic people also have attention deficit disorder. All of these things make having dyslexia very difficult. Clearly, dyslexia has its downs, but it also has its ups. There are many strengths associated with dyslexia. Dyslexics often see the big picture, seeing how everything works together and picturing how things will end up. They think outside the box and come up with unusual and creative ideas that other people haven't thought of. They also have excellent spatial awareness, being able to picture how objects look from different angles. They are visual thinkers, which makes them good at problem solving. Dyslexic people are able to notice patterns faster than others, which can help them crack complex problems. There are many famous dyslexic people. Some of the greatest thinkers had dyslexia, including, but not limited to, Albert Einstein, who founded the equation E=mc², Steve Jobs, the creator of Apple, and the Wright brothers, who invented the plane. There are many artists, such as Leonardo da Vinci, who is known for painting the Mona Lisa, and Pablo Picasso. Even John Lennon, who co-founded the Beatles, had dyslexia. There are countless actors and directors with dyslexia, such as Tom Cruise, Jim Carrey, Whoopi Goldberg, Keira Knightley, Orlando Bloom, Walt Disney, and Steven Spielberg. There are athletes such as Muhammad Ali, Magic Johnson, and Bob May. There are even famous business people like Richard Branson and Kevin O'Leary. In fact, 40% of self-made millionaires have dyslexia. Finally, several past presidents of the United States are also believed to have dyslexia, like John F. Kennedy, George Washington, and George W. Bush. I could go on and on. All of these people may be different, but they all have one thing in common. They all have dyslexia, and they've all changed the world. I feel very passionate about dyslexia. This is not because I have it, but because my brother does. Because of this, my brother is having a very difficult time learning to read and write, and occasionally gets one word mixed up with another. He has trouble with work and trying to do it all, getting overwhelmed or frustrated. I want people to understand what dyslexia is, and most importantly, I don't want them to ever think that my brother is dumb. He is not. He is super smart, and everyone should know that. I hope you have enjoyed my learning about dyslexia, what it is, what it means to have dyslexia, the strengths of a dyslexic, and famous people with dyslexia. Many people think that you have to overcome dyslexia, but I think that's wrong. You have to use dyslexia to your advantage, just like so many famous people have. I believe that my brother will do just that.
Okay. shut it off.
No, you didn't.